Hey, guess what,
Pre-Valentine celebrations.
Do we have time to loosen up?
Oh yeah, we always have time to loosen up. We're getting in the groove, right? So you guys at home, hope you're feeling it as well. So yesterday we shared with you some tips on how to have a successful friendship. And today we're going to discuss the essential elements for, oh, I love this one. Don't know why I'm the one who's actually bringing this to the audience, but anyway, essential elements. Am I convincing enough for you? For romantic relationships. So like platonic love, romantic love, which is known to the Greek as eros, is extremely complex. And many cannot wrap their heads around this, I love that, mystifying experience.
Like water.
It's a mystery, is it not? So here are some tips. Oh, we got tips, Mimi. We got tips, Kortensia. Some tips on the elements that you can employ to have successful relationships.
I would like to see the tips,
I
please.
thought we had tips. Apparently, we are the tips.
We are the tips.
So
That's
1, 2, 3, go.
I would like to see the tips, please. Asking for the tips. Please.
Anybody?
Anyone out there?
Anybody at home who has
Any
those
experts?
tips, Studio 327. Hey, if you've been married for 50 years and it works, let me know, right?
I mean, being married for 50 years doesn't necessarily mean that you have a romantic relationship.
You have to have
could
some
just
sort of
be
relationship. And it evolves.
No.
I think love evolves, over time. It evolves.
Agreed.
Yeah, it
Agreed.
does.
It evolves.
Right.
You work with it.
But they said romantic love, so romantic
It's
love
so romantic.
is still different.
Why can't you be romantic with somebody that you know for 50 years?
No, I'm not saying that you can't. I'm just saying not in every instance where people are married for 50
Gotcha.
years means that they're involved in a
Romantic relationship.
Oh, that's depressing.
It's not depressing. Some relationships are businesses, so financial arrangements. Yeah.
They are. You didn't know that?
It's not that I didn't know that, but we're allowed to say stuff like that. I'm joking.
No,
guys.
but it's the truth. I mean, a marriage is a business, and some people get together because they collaborate on business ventures
Exactly.
and
Wow.
stuff like that together.
Oh my gosh! Listen, I don't want you to daunt our younger viewers
There's
here.
nothing daunting about
I
the
see
truth.
the look. I see the look on this poor guy's face right now that you guys at home can't see. His eyes are open. He's like, "What? What are you talking about?
Listen to Auntie Mimi.
I've got this fantasy."
Sometimes, no. Let's come out of the fantasy world and let's come into the real world. Romantic relationships are lovely, but all relationships are not romantic. Sometimes people could be married for 100 years and they're friends, or they could not even be friends. But because it's a business arrangement, they stay together for the business. Sometimes people stay together for kids. They're not in love with each other, but we have a kid raising, and that's
Well,
important.
yeah, but we're supposed to give them tips for a successful relationship, not scare them off.
No, that's not scary, Jamie. If I know that I'm getting into a relationship because it's a business, I'm more well equipped to deal with that.
All
As
right, you
opposed
see
to
what's
be-
going on?
Okay.
I got you.
Let's talk about romance.
But you
Let's
see
talk
what's going
about-
on here? This is where we draw the line, because, traditional, and I like that you're a realist. I love that Kortensia is looking at me like, oh, what is he going to say? What is he going to say? She's looking for the foot and mouth thing. Here's what we have going on here. Traditionally, and this is great that you guys are realists. I love it. Traditionally, we see it depicted on television, cartoons, whatever it is. The young girl is playing with the doll. She's waiting for her prince to come, and she's thinking, "Oh, this is going to be my knight in shining armor." Cinderella needed somebody to save her. Rapunzel, the same thing. There was this knight in shining armor. We have those stereotypes. I love that you are moving away from those stereotypes. Let me say that.
Very
but
good.
I just did.
I love
3
that
times.
tangent you took. Thank God. Because we don't need anybody to save us,
I
actually.
just did 3 times. No, we know you make your own. Oh, well.
Right.
I keep going back to yesterday, but anyway. Yeah, so yes, independent women, that's great and all.
Yes.
But I do believe that there are things that relationships give, and I find sometimes that we tend to be a little cynical, because there are people who want that kind of life. There are people who have that kind of life, and they know what works. It's just that we don't see it a lot advertised in the media. We don't see those things like Angela Bassett and her husband who've been married for over 20-some years.
Yeah.
Those stories
Denzel
don't
Washington and his
generally get
wife, too.
coverage. We
Yep.
get the breakup, we get the cheating on, we get all these other things
Yeah.
going on there. And there are people out there who are actually having successful relationships.
Yep.
So what are those tips for successful relationships? I think
Go ahead, Jamie. Tell us the tips for successful
I don't know if there are tips,
romantic,
but I'm gonna throw it out.
successful romantic relationships.
I'm going to throw it out there,
Okay.
and I'm going to say one of the first things is that you have to keep that mystery. Not only because you know someone, I've heard married people say this as well. You can be married to somebody for so many years, but you might not necessarily know everything about them. That's not a bad thing either. A little bit of mystery keeps you intrigued because you might be thinking, hey, I know everything about this guy, is so boring. Oh, you're fascinating, you're Shamar Moore. And your eyes start to wander.
But we don't think that our person is boring.
Oh, you don't? Sorry, I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I'm just giving you my perspective.
Okay, that's Jeremy's tip.
That's one.
He likes a
Two,
mysterious
three.
woman. That's fine.
Nice. I love the way you paraphrase. Right.
That's fine. What tips do you have? You're actually married. So
I
you
am
should
for
have
3 years
tips
now.
for us.
Yeah.
You know?
The biggest, and I don't know if Alicia would agree with me on this one. The biggest thing I've learned in marriage is communicate. Because we're two individuals coming together and we think differently. And we speak differently because we're from different countries, we're from different culture. I'm Guyanese, he's Scottish. So he doesn't understand sometimes how I put things over, and I don't get it how he put things over. And I'm very assumptive.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the biggest thing that we have right now dealing with, the assumptions, because I shouldn't assume, I should ask a question, and I don't like to ask a question because I live in my head a lot. And I think people pick that up, get out of your head. So, yeah. So communication is the
That's a
biggest
good
thing.
one. I think
The biggest thing,
communication is a
yeah.
really, really
yeah,
important
the
one.
biggest thing in marriage.
Listen, this is a drum roll, you know, because we're actually going to get Mimi to give a tip on.
I'm going to give a tip, and I'm going to give a cynical tip because here we are.
Because you're anti-me.
I'm going to give a realist tip because I live in the real world. I think, as you said, communication is great, and I think this ties into my my point is that people should be transparent about what they want from their relationships. We're talking about romantic relationships, and the truth is that everybody is not looking for a romantic relationship. Everybody's not looking for a long-lasting relationship. Everybody's looking for marriage. Some people are looking to date. Some people are looking to have children. So up front, I think at the beginning of our relationship, when we're courting, find out what exactly do you want from me? What exactly do you think this is going to be? Where do you think we're going? Do you want to have kids? Do you don't want to have kids? Do you want to live in frigate bay? Do you want to live in camps? Because I believe those things that we think are small and not important actually turn out to be really, really big deals as we go along with
Yeah,
our
because we hide it.
relationships.
I don't think most people go in relationship as their authentic selves.
True.
I actually think we just go in playing nice, and then eventually
Exactly.
yeah, so we need to be
it's the
ourselves.
truth. It's
Yeah.
the truth.
Guys,
We
are
need to be
supposed
ourselves.
to be- I get
And we
you're
are
supposed to be
telling-
yourself,
but we are
where is
giving
the
good
hope? Where is the
advice.
light? Where is the
You know
all
what,
that
Jimmy?
is
There's
the
nothing
wow.
there's nothing gloomy about being yourself and being
Exactly.
honest. There's nothing grim about that. I think as soon
Oh, my
as we get
God.
to learn what we want and what we
Yeah.
don't like, the smoother the relationship
Exactly.
can
Guys
go.
at home, come on. You look at me right now, okay? We're going to talk a little bit here. I really need to know if we think that this whole discussion was just about mechanics, because it's a little textbook
Jamie,
here. You know?
long-lasting
It's a
relationships are about mechanics.
It's something
It's
about
really nice to fall in love. He's so dreamy, he's so cute, he's so amazing, but he doesn't wash his socks.
We're gonna get back with you on this discussion tomorrow. You know, we gotta wrap this up.
No, we're not.
Thankfully, we have to
this
wrap
is the
this
end
up.
of this, yes.
Thankfully, we have to wrap this up. All right. So I want to thank you for joining us today for another edition of Good Morning SKN. I swear to you,
I'm
these
like
days,
Scar on Lion King, the bad guy.
you never know what you're gonna get
to me, not
when
to
you
me.
tune in, right?